Hey, look, we're meal prepping. We are meal prepping for the weekend and all kinds of adventures. Well, good friends, welcome back. We're in a wind tunnel. Hold on. Wind tunnel deactivated. Okay, look at us. We're mega meal prepping. I need to wipe down these counters. I got a sink that's clogged up, so my favorite people will come back out and play. Yay. So exciting things. I just got a Walmart grocery delivery order. Of course, I'm so thankful for Walmart grocery delivery. Yes, they can sponsor at any time. So that delivery came, it's over on the table. I'm gonna show it to you, and then I'm filming another video where we are doing a ton of big batch dinners. We're gonna process a bunch of potatoes. We're doing sheet pan breakfast. We're doing so many things, but first I have to clean up a few more things in this kitchen before I start filming all that. Okay, so here's the grocery delivery that just got here, and I'm gonna start cooking this here. Once we wipe these counters down, we are doing 3 large family big batch sheet pan dinners. I'm prepping them ahead, and they're gonna be for the coming days. And tomorrow we are doing, which is part of what these hash browns are for, we're gonna do 4 different big batch sheet pan breakfast. And I also plan to do a low carb dessert to go with all the sheet pan dinners I'm doing tonight. Also hope to we got like a 20-pound bag of red potatoes, I believe. We're gonna wash them and find out. Whatever potatoes from the John Henry General Store, I wanna get all of those rolled in oil, some garlic powder, onion powder, all the things that we do, and get those roasted and meal prepped for the coming days because everybody here loves them, so it's winter potato with every dinner. So we've got chicken tenderloins, we've got chicken thighs, we've got zucchini. These are just snacky things for me or whoever wants them. The little cucumbers, you know, I'll do those with some mashed avocados. We've got something today with peppers. I'm doing that Denver omelet, but on the giant full sheet pan tomorrow. It's delicious. I need peppers for that. We've got some green beans that are gonna go with some bacon wrapped chicken tenderloins. I just went ahead and got the already halved Brussels sprouts because I'm doing a balsamic vinegar and Brussels sprout, not the official title, but I'm doing that sheet pan meal. The Brussels sprouts needed halved, so there you go. Some prep already. We got some red onions. We're also doing some barbecue chicken, which is what the chicken thighs are for, and I wanted to get them with the skin on because baked chicken skin in all its forms is delicious, and I've got a lot of chicken skin fans here. On that sheet pan meal, we're gonna do corn. I've got some more swerve. I'm doing a whole low-carb cheesecake brownie situation. My recipe for that's in my low-carb baking guide. I'm like, I have cooking guides. I can use those too. And my brain is like, yes, that's fun. Let's do that. So it is for a 9 by 13 pan of the cheesecake brownies. And I'm gonna do 2 because I am who I am. But that also comes for times whenever I work through recipes and I try to present a recipe that's like sensible, you know, like any size family would love a pan of 9 by 13 brownies. But then in my heart, and a lot of my recipes are directions for, you know, 2 to 4 9 by 13 pans of brownies. So we will do the math and double that and make those brownies too. This bacon was frozen, but I'm gonna put that in some water, and that's part of our bacon wrapped chicken tenderloins. We just needed some bread, and I'm cooking all this, and Mama's not doing no homemade bread today, but that's okay. Some great value bread to save the day. Also, some cream cheese. One of these go in the brownies. I got this steak seasoning. I was going to do a large sheet pan meal that had steak bites. Decided to not do that because really that meat needed marinated overnight, but I still got the steak seasoning, so we have it. Some more balsamic vinegar. We got 2 things. Oh, it looks like they replaced one. Okay, shoot. I had ordered 2 of the sweet and spicy barbecue sauce, and they replaced one with some sweet chili dipping sauce, but I can get behind that. It's just to brush over the chicken thighs. Okay, and this honestly might be enough, but now that's looking delicious. Okay, and some, you know, you pay more money for less ingredients. We got our tomato ketchup without too much in it. Also, I got a bunch of my recipe guides out. I haven't printed out my cooking guides In like the last 3 years, like the actual physical copies, I've used them digitally. They're all available digitally in the shop. But I believe in 2021 or 2022, I had all of them printed out. That's part of what I'm gonna use in these videos coming up that I'm filming this weekend. Had all of them printed out, and I wanted to get them in a binder. I get pictures from so many women who get my cooking guides, print them out, put them in just like sheet protectors, and have a whole recipe binder with, like, you know, 30 different cooking guides, and they pick their recipes and they do their meal prep and all those good things. And I'm like, hey, I can do some of that too. So it was fun picking and choosing the recipes I'm gonna cook today and tomorrow. And we have some cantaloupes I bought last week from John Henry General Store that totally have judged me, but I think we can still process them and get something out of them. We also have some watermelon that have sat here for the week that need processed. And before we get cooking too much further, we grew these potatoes. I'm giving you this outside tour. So my friends were here today for the second day to work on tearing out the dilapidated fencing. They bush hogged a bunch. I think a belt broke eventually, and so they've got to come back to bush hog some more. They got the old barnyard area. You know, they got a lot happening, and actually some of their equipment is still here, so they're coming back for that. But anyway, let me show you. You saw in my last video what they started to work with, so here's how it's looking so far. So this was the Hopes and Dreams garden area, and now it will eventually just be green grass yard, right? We've got some stuff over there that needs moved, but this whole area is mowed down, and now I don't have to look at sad 15-foot tall plants. But when my friend was working, pulling different things out of here today, like, well, there's hoses and odds and ends, she came across some of those potatoes we planted from who knows which planting, which time. So I'm gonna cook with those today. And then this was, you remember it, you built it with me. This was our barnyard. And we had a shed there. We have some more over there. A chicken coop, another one I got on Facebook Marketplace a few years ago. Well, I guess 2 years ago, summer 23 when life blew up. Anyway, they're gonna continue to work over here and get some more of this mowed down, but they removed all of these fences that were falling down. They removed that fence. We're gonna get that building. We're gonna get that fence and that whole area there. And I mean, it's just more usable space. I mean, at least space we can run and play through, even though it's not what we had originally used this space for. But you know life, things change, things move forward. What do? I definitely did not want to just have everything overgrown. And since I am a single mom of, we now say 57 to 110 children, you know I'm a mom of 9, and we're just silly when we say that. With 6 minor children at home, plus 2 young adults doing their grown-up things. Anyway, I have a lot more to maintain and be, I just have a lot more, right? And I have to maintain this property, and I can't farm, and I can't garden right now. You've heard this. You're here with me. You know next year, like I told you in a recent video, if I'm still on this property, we're gonna maintain the flower beds around the house, and we're gonna have new adventures from there. So we will get these authentic potatoes that we grew over here, and we'll wash them off. And that'll just be, you know, hey, look, we were homesteaders. Okay, and so we're just gonna organize this refrigerator. Oh, I've got some broccoli up there. I might throw that on a sheet pan in those videos with that meal prep too. I did have one of my folks work on cleaning out this fridge today, reorganizing some things, so that is good. What I want to do though is I need to get this meat, hold on here, empty lunch meat pack. I want to get the meat that we're gonna start cooking here in a minute. Just need to get some things in this refrigerator, and then we will go from there. There's a little bit of spaghetti sauce here. That is not great. Okay, that's pretty good. They've got, someone brought up the last of the yogurts from Sharp Shopper that are downstairs, and that is good. Okay, looks like we've got 3 chicken legs. I had someone cook last night. Got some plums and peaches in here from John Henry. Pretty good. We got lots of space to work with, which is perfect since I'm doing cooking projects to help prep and get ahead for the coming week. Okay, I think I'm gonna start with the chicken tenderloin meals. I got 2 different ones that use those. And the bacon though, I need to get some cold water running on that. Also, well, I told you already, the sink, my garbage disposal is not working. We did check the breaker. So I don't know. I don't know what's happening, but people will come and help me. I might end up, I don't remember which ones I'm doing. This is for breakfast tomorrow. Gotta kind of keep things divided. Whew. Okay, I know this is frozen corn, but it's gonna go on a sheet pan here in a few minutes, or an hour, or whatever. Okay, that's fine. Now we've got giant egg boxes, but I've got giant egg projects happening. And a lot of hamburger buns too. Okay. Apples down here. Whoops. Oh my. Well, I'm just supposed to. I'll get those and wash them anyway. Easily accessible with the yogurts. Got those Zevias in there. Those look delicious. Come here, apples. I will wash you and eat you with some almond butter. That's what I'll do. So now I'm just taking a few minutes and I'm getting all the fresh vegetables that I am using in today's big batch large family sheet pan dinners video, where it's going to be 3 different massive chicken recipes. I'm getting those vegetables moved closer to my cooking area and we'll go from there. Taking some time to quickly run around and wipe off my big island, wipe down the countertops, just clean everything with some non-power wash all the way around the world. Yes, I have a stack of Amazon boxes and some sponsored things that need processed, but I'm not doing that today because I'm cooking and we're getting our food ready for the next several days in one afternoon. I'm proud of us, we're doing it. Coffee time. Why is there a butter knife there? I don't know. There's messes. There's things. My mom eye is already catching problems, but priority, we're going to sit and stare with a cup of coffee for a little bit. Maybe a little reading, maybe a little journaling. Got a lot of cooking done yesterday. Going to get a lot of cooking done today. Alrighty, we are heading out to some morning playground time before Mama does a bunch of big projects this afternoon. Gonna get some energy out. And can I open my car door? I think we can. We are going down to the water some this morning. Got all kinds of lovely insect sounds. All right, so while folks played, I got a little over a mile, little over an hour. 1 hour, 8 minutes, 1.30 miles, better than no miles. Alrighty, just heated up some bacon wrapped chicken tenders that we prepped yesterday for one of my guys for lunch. And also feed the mama. So these are 2 of the chicken thighs that we made, and that's a sweet and tangy sauce. We did so many delicious sheet pan meals yesterday. Then we have some of the zucchini and peppers in the sauce, and then some corn. I think that was on that sheet pan meal too. So feed the mom time. And we're getting some things together, scraping some pans. I got one of my guys that's gonna unload both dishwashers. Another one is doing some kitchen things. I'm going to sit and eat with my feet up. Maybe read for about 20 minutes, and then I'm jumping into, I think I'm doing a ×4 batch of my recipe for low-carb cheesecake brownies. My low-carb sugar-free baking guide has the recipe for 1 9x13. I don't know who I was, but anyway, we've got to do ×4 because delicious. Okay, this is pretty perfect, so I'm gonna sit down now and eat. So I'm working on getting a lot of my products from my shop into, I want to get them each page into a plastic sheet protector so I can easily pull it out when I'm cooking and such. And I want to get all my products I can, so if I can pick it up, into a binder. I know that people who have bought my products have made their own recipe binders out of them. So many times over the years, I have digitally used them on an iPad, used them right here on my computer or on my phone. But as I'm sitting and reading more and having less screen in my eyes, I'm like, I would like my own big recipe book of all of my products so I can sit through and flip it and make my plans and plan my cooking days and such from there. I was just going through, I'm not doing any of these in these videos I'm working on today, but going through, I've got my frugal from scratch bacon recipes, that's guide 1, and I've got guide 2. Everything from the printer came in these nice little plastic wraps, so that's good. I want to get my sheet pan breakfast from today in some of these sheet protectors too, and later I'll go through the project. I've got a pile on my floor of, I don't know, probably 30 or 40 products, and that, I don't know that that number's right. There's plenty on my floor in their little plastic cases, but it's been a few years since I've had them printed out hard copy like this. So all of my products from the last couple years, I don't have hard copies of. It's on my fall to-do list, and I'll have to use those digitally until. Well, later than I like to eat, it's almost 8. I realized I doubled the butter in my ×3 batch of these delicious low-carb cheesecake brownies. I can't be trusted when it comes to butter because cups, we discuss cups, and then I start talking sticks, and I know I know a whole stick of butter is a ½ a cup. But in my math, when I got to 7½ sticks, my brain immediately says 2 sticks is 1 cup of butter. So that means you need so many boxes of Costco butter to make 7½ cups. 7½ cups is different than 7½ sticks. We needed 3 3/4 cups. But now we have low-carb cheesecake brownies that also have some extra butter goodness in them. They have 7½ cups of butter. This is my 3rd one. And here we are. So if you give a mouse a cookie, well, last night when I was doing my video and my oven died, I noticed in the spice cabinet there's a whole spill situation. Some is chocolate chips, some I don't know the history,
And then I got to wiping other things. When these lights are left on at night, there's usually like a lot of little bugs and things on the counter in the morning, just country life, and they're drawn to light. So I got wiping them down, and then I ended up just pulling out the knives and the scissors and the cutting boards and the stuff and the things. And now, so yeah, good morning, good way to wake up and start the week. Let's get the counters and the spice cabinet cleaned out just right. Okay, pretty good now. Better than it was, A few little last pieces there. Now coffee's ready. Okay, back to reading this morning. I read about Monica Wood. Still working through this Writing Hard Stories book. It's been very nice, actually, to read through. Well, morning time, so we got almost 2 miles in this morning, and then I had some other stuff I had to do, mom life, but I'm gonna work on eating these mini cucumbers and mashed avocados, and we're gonna get some kind of egg situation going. I also have some folks having some cheesecake brownies for breakfast because we made 3 pans of those last night. Low carb and sugar free. Talking Hand approves. Double butter fiasco situation though, but no problems. Here is someone's low carb, sugar free, gluten free cheesecake brownie situation going out. If only we had some pretty strawberries to go beside it, but we are going to John Henry General Store today, and we'll see what they have. All right, so even though there's the cheesecake brownies going out, I've got some folks that just want 1 fried egg, some that want 2. We'll do a pan or 2 of these, put a little lard in there. Again, I think that's all my lard that's left. And then continuing on with my cucumbers. Okay, we got some eggs going out. Then I also made a pan of scrambled eggs, so I've got 1 person that wants scrambled eggs, and then, hey, look, I meal prepped. There's some more that'll be for whoever later. My eggs got a little enthusiastically crispy because I was talking, and that's what happens. Yay, breakfast. Also, when I was cleaning out that countertop this morning, I found all these little projects, and I love myself, right? So we have a cheese making kit. We have gluten-free sourdough starter, water kefir. I have this home brewing fermentation heating pad. I've used this kit before to do homemade kombucha. You remember probably 2020, 21, 22, probably early into 23, I had my own scobies going. So anyway, but I pulled this out a minute ago, and I don't know, this one's probably sat for a year. Looks like probably this bag busted, and we've been fermenting something, who knew? So I will order another one and wash this jar out. But when I get going with kombucha, and I mean, leave it to me, I'm probably saying it wrong. This is the company, Fermentaholics, that I order from on Amazon, and I kept my scobies going for 3 years or so, and I was growing so many that, you know, they were prolific. My friends were coming and getting them, and we were doing several jars at a time, and it was a whole thing. I love that for us. So anyway, just wanted to share with you some projects. I don't think I'm doing any of these right now. I do have a project though this week that I am starting. I'll give you a peek. What could this mean, friends? Are we doing something? Did we process those cantaloupes that are judging us and the watermelons? Not yet, okay? But wait, look. Who are we? Got out my big All-American canner, got out my Amish water bath canner, found my sauce maker, and I'm going through now, watching my video from it was October 2024 when I failed at tomato canning last year. I'm just trying to remember why I failed, and as I watch the video, I remember what was happening in life, and I'm like, yep, I'm remembering. So I'm gonna finish watching that video. We'll discuss, but I think today we're doing this. So many different lines in Hamilton are like different little lines from my life. We all relate to different things. But even there's this one line where Aaron Burr is like, okay, so we're doing this. Burr was talking about a duel. I'm not doing no duels, okay? But I think we're canning tomato sauce.
Okay, so me and another one of my folks were just talking about wanting to eat some more of this sweet and tangy chicken. This is all that I have left of it, so hey, look, we meal prepped. We're finishing this up. And we do have a whole container of barbecue chicken. And we're gonna heat these up and have some late lunch. Okay, also priorities, we needed some more. They'll use this copy paper for drawing. I also got 3 new sketchbooks per request that have been handed out. These are the pencils that we use, and our pencil sharpener is broke. So I got a couple more packs of pencils. I think the pencil sharpener was like $15, and we will have some happy artwork here this afternoon. Okay, I just finished, we've been dealing with tomatoes. Just finished a video doing sheet pan breakfast that we're meal prepping, but I have some folks that want some. This is hash brown and egg and cheese and ham and delicious stuff. I'm gonna serve some of this up. These are gonna be 2 sample plates going out for this evening. And I'm going to, I just handed those out. I'm going to just put we did ham, egg, and cheese, sheet pan omelet, basically. It was all, you know, in a rectangle. And then we did the hash brown, eggs, ham, and cheese. And I'm going to get them in these 9x13s, and that'll be breakfast options for the next few days. And it is 8:30. I wanted to be laying down in bed, but I'm gonna be laying down in bed by 9. Yes, I am. Some of this may get eaten tonight. Again, I had 2 that wanted samples, bedtime samples. That's fine. We give hash brown bedtime samples out around here if need be. They will definitely enjoy this. I think there will also be some 10 p.m. teenager samples because they were saying things smell good too. But who knows? Timing with those folks. But I'm gonna get me and my elementary folks in bed. You know, I'm 46. I like going to bed the same time as an elementary school age child. Just how things work. I like being able to get up early and read and walk. I did not get my run in tonight. That's okay. There are still plenty of days this week to get it in, and I did get over 10,000 steps in today, which is good. But I definitely want to get in 4 runs this week. Okay, got little extra crunchy sides to that. This is looking nice. Hey, look, we meal prepped, right? I just want to shove a handful of this hash brown and ham in my mouth, but I try not to eat after 7. You know, when we did those hot dogs on the Blackstone though, and it was 11 p.m. and those grilled hot dogs were just talking to me, but I will drink my water instead. This is turning out super nice. And tomorrow, I'm gonna hopefully get to not only, sorry, I got a cat in the window looking at me, not only tomato processing, I got them all washed tonight, but tomato sauce canning. Who are we? And breakfast is already done for the next few days. So that's what was left of the 2 sheet pan bowls there. And then this one, I need to cut these into squares. Well, not quite a mile, friends. Oh, yeah, there's my little slow pace. I've been answering YouTube comments and chatting with some friends while I've been walking. Crickets are talking to us. Anyway, it's 8:40, so I'm gonna get a hot bath and wanted to be laying down by 9. Looks like it'll be 9:30, but that's still pretty okay. Okay, so we are out walking this morning, and I haven't actually walked where my friends cleared the paths and stuff. A belt broke on their bush hog equipment there, but they're coming back. There's a fenced area over there with a dilapidated fence they're going to get down. Our old rusty metal sheds that we did during the pandemic. I mean, you can't even see over there, but that's all
fencing and the chicken coops and all of that is on the other side. You can go back to those videos to watch that whole process, but it's all a mess for me now. So they're gonna get all that down, take that out of there, get the fencing and clear that area. That's a chicken coop I got on Facebook Marketplace. They're gonna take that. And then this is, well, this is the Hopes and Dreams garden area, right? We did the raised beds in there in 2022 and 2023, did all kinds of Hopes and Dreams garden stuff, but it was just all broken down, 15 feet tall. Yeah, just had, mess in it, all kinds of messes. So also around here, oh, they're also coming back. This is where we had done fencing for pigs. I had 14 pigs. We were going to move them to these woods, and that fell apart. So they're going to at least get that fencing down for me. And you see it's all like it's fallen down all around. Lots of trees have fallen on the other side, on the other half of the fencing. They got all those trees moved. So here, this whole path was just covered in these trees. So they at least got them broken up for us again so we can walk and enjoy this part of our property. The fencing is all crushed, all up here. So that's part of what they're gonna come back and get down for us. Up here in this tall grass is where we had those beehives that we were getting going on. But of course, real life doesn't go Polly perfect. Here's some of the fence that's down. That's where the beehives were. I passed the beehives on to another local friend who wanted to do bees, and that was a blessing. She's another single mom, and she wanted to get going on bees, and I had hives sitting here, and I said, hey, be blessed. Right here. So we had more trees down up here. You can see here where this fence is crushed, and this was all new, like 22, 23, but doesn't matter now. It's all in shambles. So they got these. We could not do this path. Both ends were blocked. So they got that down. There's my mulch piles from a bunch of trees that we had down, and they turned it into mulch for me. So we'll garden in the future, I'm sure, but maybe not here. Definitely not now. And these same friends, they're gonna take this wood. So we're helping each other. They're gonna take the wood that's gonna heat their homestead this winter. They asked for that. Sure, please take it. I got another tree there that's just hanging precariously, but hopefully that falls on the pile for them. And so then when that's gone, our paths will connect from where the mulch is. Only, climb over the mulch, keep going in the path. But this is the other part of the path. And around this, we have a huge tree, and they have to bring some special equipment to get that one that's down. Okay, and so then there's, we're coming around the side of the path. There were more trees here, they got out of the way. But that big one, they're gonna come back and get. And then we'll be able to walk up that way. So these are some nice walking paths on the property, but they're a lot to maintain, and we've had storms and trees down, and glad to figure out getting some help for it. And here's the other half of what will be a walking path again, and that giant tree is down there. So again, this is a heavily wooded area. I've probably had 30 or 40 trees removed since we moved in here. Now, a good bit of those were dangerous ones, bigger than these, that were all around the house and close to that area. So the ones that fall out here, they're not hitting the lived-in structures. So I guess that's kind of okay. So I'm still walking, finishing my second cup of morning coffee. It's about 10:30. Got some folks doing some laptop school and other things. I am looking rough, but feeling fine, just not ready for the day. Working on canning, well, cooking down right now, over 4.5 bushels of tomatoes that we got John Henry General Store last evening. I checked their ad today. They do not have more canning tomatoes today. So 4.5 bushels will have to be it. However many quarts we end up with, we're doing it. I am so proud of us. I was watching through last night my attempted canning video from last fall. And I was like, I couldn't remember. Sorry, there's like a Power Wheels. It's not Power Wheels. Those little Flintstone cars riding up the fence. It just makes sense. So I know I made a video for you guys. I know we bought the 400 pounds of discount tomatoes, and I remember cooking them, and I remember putting them like we did the roasters, and then something happened. I couldn't remember now a year later what the thing was, but something happened, and we put all the roasters and the tomatoes in the refrigerators. And then a few weeks went by and I couldn't get back to them. And of course we had to dump them. And I have a whole video, I'll link it for you below, where I explained as much as I could. I couldn't remember. But when I watched that video yesterday, like why I couldn't pull it off last year, I was like, oh, I had a big thing last September. And I remember starting the tomatoes, had the big thing that was scheduled. And I thought I might need like a day or two after, just, for my brain and body to process. It ended up knocking my nervous system out for about 2 weeks. And in the middle of that, I also had a camping trip with my kids. It was like our 3rd camping trip that we accomplished. I talk about these things I can't get done, but we also get some pretty great things done. And so in the middle of the big thing that knocked me out longer than I thought, and going camping, trying to do all my single mom of 57 to 110 children, I just couldn't pull off finishing that project, and I had to let it go. And that letting go was a gift to myself also. So I remember now why we couldn't. I think I'm pretty good for doing these tomatoes. Honestly, I have 3 days slated to do them. I'm kind of hopeful I might have it done, including the canning by tonight. It's early in the day. I had planned today to just cook down the tomatoes, put the sauce through my Baltic, make the sauce, and the canning would be tomorrow. But right now in the morning, I'm like, you know what? I'm ordering my lemon juice. And not only that, I'm going to order some more stuff, because when we were out here walking the paths this morning, we're like, oh, we should do our fire pit again. So I'm going to order some more stuff. And even though, okay, we got some barbecue chicken left. We have roasted potatoes left, but also lunch today. But for dinner tonight, everyone's always like, anytime we get the fire pit going, where's the hot dogs? So we will do hot dogs. We will get those watermelons cut. I will get a case of Zevia. I want to call it stevia, but Zevia. So we will do, hey, look at us, momming it. We will do hot dogs and s'mores on the fire pit while I'm processing and hopefully canning. No matter what, processing tomatoes. And tomorrow, I have 2 appointments out with 2 of my household humans. That'll take us out for 4 hours or so. But my plan had been to run the canners in the morning before we go, and then run them in the afternoon. But we're almost done with the 2nd cup of coffee, and I'm hopeful today. And I had planned to do the same thing on Thursday, but I personally have an appointment out that'll take about 3 hours or so. So anyway, if I could get the canning done today, I'm kind of loosely off for Wednesday and Thursday, and I would not start another project. I would do appointments in life and stuff and things. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, so we did, hey, we're not fast, 1.45 miles over almost 2 hours, but I had phone calls. I came in and worked with the tomatoes a lot. I did walks with different ones of my elementary guys, just mom life and stuff and things, but I still got that time in, slow and steady. And I have one of my guys getting ready to heat up a whole plate of roasted potatoes, and they like to put on Old Bay seasoning and some ground pepper and some other spices too. And this is my hodgepodge brunch, right? I added this little bit more of the sweet and spicy sugar-free barbecue sauce. So I got 2 bone-in chicken thighs, pile of roasted potatoes. Those have basil. I think we rolled them in olive oil, onion powder, garlic powder. This was one of my squares from the sheet pan ham and cheese omelets I made last night. It's just folded over. So lots of protein, some healthy for me carbs right now currently, and yay brunch. And so my same potato dude, my dude that likes the Old Bay on the potatoes, he's gonna do, are you doing bananas with this?
I'm not.
Okay. He is gonna now do a strawberry smoothie, so we will look at how he makes it. Okay, I just asked him. He said he does regular milk, strawberries, and protein powder. So we're out of the protein powder they use a lot, but I have some of this. This is excellent, excellent. It's paleo protein, grass-fed, pasture-raised vanilla brie, and vanilla bean. It's Dr. Amy Meyer's protein powder. So, and for this, the directions are simple. Scoop of protein powder, beverage, put it in the blender. So he will do that, plus strawberries, plus milk. Now I have someone else that pulled out. This is our, I think we got one more pan of potatoes. I did these evening before yesterday, or yesterday. It's all running together, but they're gonna clear out a good bit of this pan. Busy smoothie station in action. The first round of smoothies went out. Now we just had these strawberry smoothies made. Well, good morning. So we are heating up roasted potatoes and our sheet pan ham and cheese egg omelet situations. We have the Children's Museum this morning. Appointments out, busy time. Gonna get my coffee reheated and take it in my travel cup and do Wednesday. I think the trains might be in the house. There they are. There's the trains. We might need another train table in life. Yeah. Nice. This is really neat. I haven't seen this before. Like a hole all the way down. We're on our news show.
So we need to
We need to figure things out, don't we? We got news. Do we have weather? What's the weather?
The weather is wind.
The weather is wind. So, busy morning. Children's Museum, appointments, did the things. These are 2 McDonald's double cheeseburgers with no bun. And I'm going to, I don't know if I'm going to stack all 4 patties together or what. I'm driving home now and I'm eating some McDonald's as we go. We're feeding Mama lunch too. Got everybody else some lunch. Now it's a playground stop before we go home, and I'm gonna can 4.5 bushels of tomatoes. Looks like it's about 50 to 60 quarts of sauce. That's my evening plans. But there we go. Guess I did not make them dairy-free, but that's okay. We'll call it good for this afternoon. Well, good morning, friends. See all those jars down yonder? Refrigerator's gonna talk to us. Yes. That was all the tomato canning that we got done yesterday. Got something done. Got all my loop going out to an early morning appointment and all kinds of things on our afternoon to-do list today. And I had to activate the jean jacket today. What are we doing, Virginia, August? I think we're getting ready for fall before we know it. Okay, keys. We can't go anywhere without keys. So, slated for today when I get home, I will need to take some mom time. So whatever that time that my folks need. I don't know with the rain if a playground hour outburst is gonna be it or not. That's been our fun thing a lot this summer. And it might just be that we watch a documentary or something, or read some Shel Silverstein and a documentary. Just gonna depend on the day. You hold the to-do list, we're doing it. I've probably got 4 sponsor things I need to look into, film what I can for those this afternoon. The second channel video list continues. So instead of telling myself I'm going to get 3 done in one afternoon, I'm like, let's see if I can get 1 done this afternoon. Okay. I'm doing a Blackstone meal prep tomorrow. I need to plan those recipes and get any extra ingredients ordered. I'm out of my long appointment this morning, and I have gotten a burrito bowl. There is some grilled chicken under there, and because of where I'm at on my plan of the month with my hormones and all of those things that I have been following, I know I need to do a second channel video and update all that for you guys. But all that to say, I can have some beans and rice right now, so that's what I'm having. Again, the chicken is buried, but there is some good grilled chicken there. I'm going to eat this while I work through getting my work to-do list caught up on what I need to do this afternoon, evening, probably in about 4 or 5 hours. I know when I get home, we'll have talking beans and rice. When I get home, I got to do mom stuff for a bit, but I've got to have a brain and an organized list for when I get there. Okay, we are actually making an afternoon trip to the library amongst other adventures, but we're crossing in front of thrift store things. Fun little goodies. Nice bench. Wash basins. Alrighty, I'm holding a whole stack of books here. Solving some life problems with some playground and ice cream. I am doing my slow walking. We're just barely at half a mile. While my guys are playing, doing some work email, updating to-do list type stuff. Okay, got a little over almost a mile and a half, just under. Well, good morning, friends. We're doing the slow coffee walk in the weighted vest. We got Power Wheels Jeeps happening. I usually sleep so well, and I was wide awake from about 3 to 5:30. So thankfully, my body fell back asleep, and I didn't get up till almost 9, and that's okay. I got a pretty packed day, as we do, but we will get our things done. Just gonna take this time in the morning, slow time. Again, they're doing Power Wheels Jeeps. I'm walking. Got the Jeep going there. Got a phone call coming up. Got to do a Walmart order. We're going to, over in the trees where I like to do my Blackstone, we're gonna set up my little throw together outdoor kitchen, and I'm gonna do a Blackstone video today. So it'll be a good day. Just gonna take some slow late morning time now. And I just came back inside from some walking, and someone has made themselves some homemade microwave pizza. Looks like super creative, with some giant marked down pepperonis from, let's see, Sharp Shopper. And then we got some of our shredded cheese that was left. I see some of our home canned tomato sauce and hamburger buns. Yay. Also, we have a bagel making station going down, and some avocado mayonnaise and different Sharp Shopper meats I set out yesterday to defrost, and these charcuterie cut pepperonis. And I just made myself, not dairy-free today, but I've got some cheese as my bread, pepperonis, avocado mayonnaise, and some ham. Okay, so did I get my dress video filmed yesterday like I wanted to? No. Is it like the 3rd or 4th week it's been on my list? Yes. But I now at least have the clothing rack out here, and I have hope. And next week is next week, and I have an idea, and I have a plan. But I just keep on circling, and eventually I get to the stuff on my to-do list, and this is just gonna live in my kitchen until next week when I get back to this. But hey,
Hey, look, we're meal prepping. We are meal prepping for the weekend and all kinds of adventures. Out of milk happens 4 gallons of chocolate milk, 4 gallons of whole milk. We're doing a fun thing in the mountains this weekend with some friends, so there's a few things I'm bringing for that. So I've got a case of water and then just some jug water that I'm signed up to bring. Also, for that, we're bringing some green tea and some Zevia. I'm trying to think what else is related to that. I think in this order, that's why those convenience drinks are there. I'm getting ready. We got Talking Hand this afternoon to film a Blackstone video, which is where a lot of this meat is going to come in. Got some blueberries for the weekend, some strawberries, some raspberries. I was hoping that they would be kind in the ones they selected. They look pretty good. Variety of chains. I don't know. We make up words. Variety of cheese per request. You know, I got all kinds of sandwich makers and such. Plus, on the Blackstone this evening, I'm going to do burgers, cheeseburgers. I'm also doing Philly cheesesteaks on the Blackstone. Hello, provolone. And then some pepper jack, just for fun. I'm going to, for the gluten-free folk variety, I'm going to do Philly cheesesteak bowls where I saute up some cauliflower rice and bacon grease. And then we will have the meat and the cheese. I'm going to saute up my onions and some leftover peppers separately. A lot of my humans will not want that, but the ones who do, we will do that too. This lettuce is for our weekend thing this weekend, that I'm bringing that too. Okay, and then we've got some more crunchy almond butter for this weekend. We've got a small thing of avocado mayo, some small mustards. I've got some chives that goes into, so hello cream cheese. My guys wanted cream cheese for bagels. I'm thinking of maybe doing some more low-carb cheesecakes tonight because priorities. And I'm working on a recipe of doing stuffed, not only bacon wrapped chicken tenderloins, but stuffed basically with cream cheese, stuffed garlic and herb chicken tenderloins. So I'll use cream cheese and I'll whip it up with some chives, got some garlic. I got a whole list. So I'm going to work on that on the Blackstone this afternoon because we're fancy. We got great value hot dog buns and we got great value hamburger buns. Mama don't make no homemade bread right now, but I'm grilling, right? Got some Quest protein chips, some celery, some popsicles to refill our stash in the freezer. And I don't know that my folks will like these, but they sounded good. And they're Monster Pops cherry pineapple, but they're $3 a bag. And these are $3 a bag. And those are $3 a bag. So we can be popsicle rich, right? For my Philly cheesesteak options, I got fancy Philly cheesesteak rolls. Gluten-free folks options, these are just like little buns, but I thought we could do Philly cheesesteak that way. And some of these Mission Carb Balance wraps. So this is my Walmart order, prepping and getting ready and doing things for the weekend. Oh, also some breakfast sausage, because I'm going to do some breakfast things on the Blackstone too. So we got our bacon, burgers, tenderloins, but those, last time I did bacon wrapped chicken tenderloins, they were all gone. I did 4 pounds, 6 pounds, 175 pounds, gone within 24 hours. And I feel like if I stuff them, it's just going to be delicious. And just some hot dogs. So there you go. Happy weekend. And now, friends, hey, come to work with me. So we have a busy weekend, lots of activities for the next 3 days. Today is Friday, but then we've got Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Basically, we're jam-packed. So I'm going to do a bunch of Blackstone meal prep for the weekend, and I'm working on just setting up my outdoor kitchen area. This is going to be a lot of fun. I am doing stuffed bacon wrapped tenderloins. You know, we did recently on those sheet pans. We did a bunch of tenderloins, and now I'm going to do them on the Blackstone. I'm also going to do Philly cheesesteak bowls and Philly cheesesteak subs, and we will do a bunch of hot dogs and hamburgers. Choose your own adventure for the weekends. One thing I noticed lately, I don't have meal times at my house anymore. It's just single mom of 57 to 110 children, full-time working life with all the dynamics I manage.
I just see myself more and more as this new universe continues to expand. I prep a lot of food, and people have learned to, choose their breakfast options, heat their breakfast up from the food that I've prepped or the ingredients that I have. Even simple things like bagels and cream cheese or butter and peanut butter. Those options are available. I don't have, a lot of times when people hear 9 kids, they think 9 newborns or 9 toddlers or 9 elementary school kids. I've got all ages and stages. I mean, well, not really. I don't have a toddler or a newborn anymore. That's wild. But I've got a preschooler, 2 elementary age kids, and then everybody else is teenagers or young adults. So I have breakfast options prepped. We'll have dinner varieties prepped. Everybody gets what they need when they need it. But unless we're camping or doing a fire pit, we don't have, let's say, dinner all together at 5:30. I wish I could pull that together and coordinate it. But my motto is I'm also okay being pretty okay. We have food. Mama's cooking. Mama's working. Everybody else is getting what they need. They have what they need. They can open the big refrigerator and there are many meals prepped. And I like this new rhythm and this new pace that we're finding. One day, but see, already now when I say it, I'm like, yeah, this isn't right now. One day I would like to try to say, okay, family dinner, most nights around 5:30. But right now, I know many times in the evenings and the afternoons, I am working, I am filming, I'm doing sponsor work, I'm doing things for I'm doing my mom businesswoman stuff. But I do have a routine that before we do technology time in the evenings, there's certain jobs and chores that need done. Everyone needs to make sure they get their dinner choices, get their protein, take their vitamins, those kind of things. So we do have structure to an extent as we can in our matriarchal system. But many things look different. And again, that's okay because we're doing pretty okay. And now I'm going to get to all this big batch Blackstone cooking. All right, friends, I just got done going live with my membership, but we did these delicious Philly cheesesteak. Sorry, I shouldn't be flipping that lid back so hard like that. We sauteed the Philly cheesesteak on here. Just got those going for my guys who wanted them. We've got some sauteed cauliflower rice and tallow, some vegetables, some more Philly cheesesteak. So we are getting some good things done. I finally got to the point now in my Blackstone filming today where I'm working on stuffing about 6 pounds of chicken tenderloins with a delicious cream cheese, garlic, and herb mixture that we whipped up. I cannot see, though, enough in this light to cut the tenderloin out, so I'm just not worried about it. It's maybe a little chewy part, but we're already going to have cream cheese stuffing. The tenderloins are wrapped in bacon. It's wrapped in deliciousness. I'm getting these all now. I'm filming them, so hey, come to work with me. We're filming the Blackstone video, which this is my 5th Blackstone video. I think I'm going to do about 12 pounds, though, of these stuffed bacon-wrapped tenderloins, and I will be sharing that recipe with you here in the coming weeks when that next Blackstone video comes out.